Hello, everyone. Good morning from here. Probably afternoon where a lot of you guys are. First check. How's everything sounding and looking? Everybody hear me? Can you see me? Let me double check. And let me check into chat. Hey, Marco, how you doing? Dylan, yeah, my neighbors are jealous, but like I said, I give them some ribs every once in a while. Keith, how are you doing? Good to see you across the pond. Brian Moore. Oren, good to see you. Carla, hey, finally, you finally made it to chat. Awesome. Deadshot, man, I wish I could eat like you guys. Yeah. If I stood up and you saw my figure, I should probably not eat like I do sometimes too. Yeah, but it's pretty good. It tastes good. Brian Vstrom, how you doing? Adam Deegan, good to see you. Glad you got the reminder. Dive Master Matt, hello, Ryan. My wife and I are having our gender reveal party today for our baby. Hey, congratulations. Nice. We never did that. Back when our kids were born, that wasn't sort of a thing, the gender reveal parties, but that's cool. Congratulations. Billy Garfield, greetings from across the 101. Yeah, you're not too far away. Did the rain stop there? It stopped here about an hour or so ago, which was nice. Jonathan Taylor, good to see you. John Shock, hello. Ray Guy, how you doing? Brian, yeah, tell Matt to have a great party. Awesome. Raspberry Rock Russell, how are you doing? Rye, you sound and look fantastic. Awesome. Just FYI, I actually have a new connection that I'm testing today, so hopefully it works out because it's much faster. The only downside is right now I have to use a wireless connection, which is always a little iffy when you're live streaming, but the downstream and the upstream are faster. It's just I want to make sure they're stable. So, yeah. Louis Calamadas. Hey, Louis, how are you doing? It's been a while. Life's been crazy. How's the queue going? The queue's going good. Chad Gregory. Hey, how are you doing? Raphael, good evening from Germany. Thank you for stopping in. Gregory Hillman. How am I today? I'm great. Harrison Cisco. Hey, I just got my first Weber kettle yesterday. Super excited. Awesome. Enjoy that thing, man. That's my favorite cooker. Just absolutely my favorite. Carla, Norton says sounds good. Great. Doug Cox, how you doing, Captain? Good morning, Rye. Stop angering the rain gods here in OC. I know. I think we're going to have about another week of this stuff. But Doug, it's like actual winter this year, cold and rainy. We haven't had one of those in a while. Gregory Stacy, howdy, Rye from Kentucky. Well, how do you too? Yeah. Gerard, hi, Rye from Spain. How are you doing? Siana Vasquez, hey, Siana. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Culinary Cookhouse, Mike, how you doing? Good afternoon, Ryan crew. Hey, nice chicken fried. What was it? Chicken fried steak like fingers, right? That you just did. That was good. Those were good looking in that air fryer, man. Zoltan, how are you doing? Good to see you. Mandy, hey, Rye, Glenn and I watching. Awesome. Say hey to Glenn there. 19 Techno Freak. Hi, Rye. I'm looking all the way from Denmark. Nice. Cool. Jonathan Taylor, might be a bad question, but I always see you try to get your probe in the same spot. How does this matter? I'm thinking unless you're trying for two different temps, the temps are going to be what it's going to be. Yeah, if the hole is there, sometimes I just try and get it in there so you're not making another puncture, in the meat, so like the juice can run out in a different spot. Other times I just want to get it in that same spot so I know I've got the same area of the meat of the temperature. Like if I take it out to sear it and then put it back in, I want to see did the temperature rise in that area about what it should. So it's not 100% necessary. I just try and get it there, and it doesn't always work out that way. William Ebert, how you doing? Hello from Minnesota. Nice. Good to have you. Earl Campo, hello from Louisiana. Mandy Speakman, 65 tuned in already and rising. Thumbs up, everyone. Yeah, thank you. Good crowd today. Yeah, I've had a lot of new subscribers in the last week or so. Just crazy numbers. It's been great. Bill Oglesby, good morning from Guam. It's 5 a.m. here. Hey, Bill, thank you for tuning in so early. Wow, that is early there. Let's see. Louis Colamatis, lol. What is cold? Well, okay. Cold for us here. Let's put it this way. This week we had a day that got down to 32. That's really cold here, just barely touching freezing. There was ice on the cars. That's cold for us in Southern California. Most of the time, the cold is like upper 40s. Today I think we might get around 65, which is still cool for, Southern California. So, yeah, that's our winter. It's no polar vortex here. Smoking under the big sky. Howdy from the -10 frozen mountains. Yeah, that's chilly. That is chilly. Paul M. Hello from New Hampshire. How you doing, Paul? Lewis, I'm in New Jersey and it's around 7 degrees with the wind chill. I'm jealous of your warm weather. Yeah, compared to you, we're like basking in like sunny weather here. And it actually is sunny right now. The rain broke for, I think, today. I think we're going to have kind of sunny the rest of the day, which is nice. Kevin Bills, love watching you. Thanks for all your tips and tricks. Keep on smoking. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Yeah, I really do. Scott Dinius, just saw your firecracker chicken video. I'm making them tonight. Those are good, man. Those are really good. Just just take those to whatever like crispiness you want and get that seasoning on there you like. Oh, those turned out good. Kimberly Stacy, hi from Kentucky. How you doing, Kimberly? Good to see you. John Shock, what does it say on my hat? I don't recognize that one. Yeah, this hat says, meet me at Cheers, Las Vegas. I have no idea where I got this hat. Someone gave it to me because the last time I was in Vegas was like 10 years ago. So I have no idea where I got this hat. Stephen E5, hello from South Miami. Nice. Nice. You got a little bit warmer weather there, right? I think you guys are doing okay. Scott Dinias, greetings from Fort Wayne, Indiana. Billy Garfield, no rain, nice and sunny but cold. Yeah, it's a little chilly today, but not bad. Surviving Australia's Future, 6 a.m. here Sunday from Melbourne, Australia. G'day, g'day. Hey, how are you doing there? Man, I got to tell you, got a lot of viewers commenting because one of the reasons I got so many subscribers was my first beef jerky video. Somehow YouTube like blasted it out. Got a lot of new subscribers from that, a lot of comments, and a lot of people from Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa saying, "Man, you got to try biltong. You got to try biltong." And I didn't even know what biltong was. So when people started commenting, I went and looked at it. Really interesting. I'm going to see if there's some way I can try and make it. I know the conditions are very different here. You know, we don't get like hot, windy weather except for a short stretch, and I know that from what I read, biltong does best like, you know, sort of in really dry, air-dried conditions, kind of with wind outside. So I may try and do it. But yeah, all the new subscribers from Australia, New Zealand, and South Africa are like singing the praises of biltong. So I got to give it a shot. Doug Cox was 34 degrees last Thursday morning in the OC, which is cold here for sure. Yeah, it is cold. Like I said, we hit 32 actually one day. Mark Overgaard, snowing here in Idaho. Nice. Scott Parker, hello from MA. MA is Massachusetts. We got that right, I think. Massachusetts. Sienna, Harrison Cisco is my husband. Got him a Weber grill. What's your favorite item to make using the Weber? It would be kind of a tie on the Weber between tri-tip and just good burgers. I mean, there's something about, you know, just making good burgers over charcoal on the Weber. They're easy. You can customize them to anything you want. And hamburger's always easy to get. I know in a lot of areas people can't get tri-tip. It's just, for whatever reason, in this part of the country, in the West Coast, it's easier. You start moving east and it's more difficult for some reason. But yeah, either tri-tip or burgers. Let's see. Lewis, wow, yeah, 32 is definitely cold. Got to get the Dutch oven out and make some chili on the kettle. Yeah, that actually sounds good for 32 degrees. Mike J, hello from New Hampshire. Haven't been around in a while. Good to see you. Good to see you too, Mike. Yeah, I hope you're staying warm there. Surviving Australia's Future, 50 degrees, Melbourne, Australia here. That sounds nice. I actually like sort of the 50 to 60 degree temperatures. They're just sort of comfortable and cool. I like that. Kimberly Stacy, thanks for the shout out to my husband. Well, you're very welcome. IB Caesar, Rye just got a 26-inch Weber, but a lot of the accessories I see you use are only for the 22. Any idea where I can find some for the 26? I don't know if they make the briquette baskets for the 26 in the size-wise, but if they don't, the ones for the 22 should work fine. I know they make a slow and sear for the 26, and the Vortex, if you get I think there's a medium and a large. I think the medium goes for the 22-inch kettle. I think they make a larger one too. Check those out. But even honestly, a medium-sized Vortex in the Weber kettle, or 26-inch, would work great. It puts out so much heat. It really does. Delana Burcham, hello, Rye. How you doing, Delana? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Char Griller, good morning, everyone. Hey, Char Griller, good to see you. Rhino Kruger, biltong is the best. Man, that's what I hear. I've never had it, and honestly, I never heard of it until I started getting comments on it. I got to try some. I was actually looking where to get some and to buy some, and I got to tell you, it's beef jerky is expensive to buy. It just is. It wasn't that way when I was a kid, but it is now. It's so processed and everything. That's why I like making my own. In fact, as soon as I'm done with this live stream, I'm doing a video on making jerky in the oven, which should be out tomorrow. But when I look to buy some biltong, wow. I mean, we're talking for good quality biltong that looks like it's actually made by people from, South Africa or Australia. Like $30 is for an 8-ounce bag. Pretty pricey, but so I want to check it out and see if there's some way I can try and make it. Surviving Australia's future. We're eating biltong here. I'm in Aus. Even now, it's a South African snack. Really? Okay, so is it traditionally from South Africa? Okay. Guys, I heard a lot of people from Australia and New Zealand singing its praises. Yeah, Mike, Culinary Cookhouse, never heard of it. I didn't either, and it is interesting when you look into it. John Knapp, do some kangaroos. It's funny. There was actually some kangaroo meat at a butcher I was at about 2 years ago. Almost got it, but I didn't. But yeah, it'd be interesting to do something. Jonathan Taylor, making my first no-weld basket tomorrow. Cool. I don't have a top lid on my firebox, just side door. I'm thinking of having a 3-sided basket where I can load side door and having the bottom, of course. Any way you can get it in there that's just going to help you contain some of the charcoal and wood is going to be easy, especially when you're trying to shake it and knock ash out with still good burning stuff still in it. That's why I really like mine. Brian Moore, how you doing? Have you seen the new Weber kettle in the UK? Kind of like the Summit charcoal grill. No, I haven't seen a specific one to the UK. No, that's interesting. Summit's a nice unit, though. Wesley Mitchell, good afternoon from Pennsylvania. How you doing, Wesley? John Jewell, hello from Kansas City. Did a pork loin on my offset and came out great. Went off your pork loin video. Hey, that's great. Pork loin's great. I mean, I did one the other day, did a video on it. I've done it so many times. Bacon wrapped, not bacon wrapped. It's just good stuff. I mean, the other thing that's nice about pork loin is you can just take one of those and cut them into really thick loin chops and cook them like a chop. And they're great. Let's see. Bill R. Hello from Phoenix, Arizona. Cold 59 degrees. Yeah, we're about the same here, so it's a chilly 59 here. Brian Moore, I don't think it will be available in the U.S. If you're talking about the biltong, yeah, I mean, I've seen a place I can order it from online, and it does say it's actually made by South Africans, so I'm wondering if it actually comes from South Africa. So there may be some regulations here because I know the process for making it traditionally, from what I read, basically you're just hanging the meat outside in the wind and sun, if I'm remembering correctly, which, is a preservation technique that was done for years. We have some food safety laws here, which sometimes get a little egregious, but I'd like to find a way to maybe make it to test it myself. So it'll be interesting. Let's see. 19 Techno Freak, are you making a video about how to make perfect burger? I've done a bunch of burger videos, and I don't know that for me there's a perfect burger. I like mixing it up and trying different things. There's a lot of videos out there on perfect burger, but really perfect burger comes down to what you like. Mine I like a certain way, and I know there are people who don't like the way that I make burgers. I've heard that in comments, but I don't know if I've ever done a perfect burger video. It's possible I might. John Knapp, that's right. Cajun Bandit 26-inch accessories. That's right. Thanks, John. Cajun Bandit has a line of accessories for the 26-inch kettle and also for the 22-inch too. It's good stuff. Joe's Barbecue House, how you doing? Good afternoon, Ryan, everyone else. David Hott, do you smoke cheese? If so, what temperature do you use? I don't smoke cheese. I haven't done that yet. I've thought about doing it. I have a second electric smoker whose heating element is really sort of on its way out. So I may convert that. I've mentioned a couple times in live streams to a cold smoking unit, but I would be cold smoking the cheese. It's really not about the heat. It's about putting smoke in there with the cheese at a low temperature, low temperature. You're really not trying to add any heat element to it. Dwayne, how are you doing? Dwayne, hello, Ryan. I'm in a deep polar vortex in Alberta, Canada. Chilly. Yeah, you guys are really getting it. Krillis, how you doing? Cheers from a freezing Sweden. Man, everybody's got cold weather this year. Right around this time. I mean, like I said, cold for us is not cold for you guys, but it's cold to us. Dwayne, what would kangaroo taste like? I've never tried it. I've never tried it either. I've had, some other different meats, ostrich and things like that. I've had alligator, which I didn't really like. I know some people really like alligator. I didn't really like it. But I've never had kangaroo. Mandy Speakman, my first trip to America 20 years ago was to LA, and I brought my dad some jerky back, and he was so impressed. He spent weeks trying out Mom's oven. He did a good job, though. Mom wasn't impressed. Yeah, beef jerky is an acquired taste for some people, and if you grow up eating something else, like I can understand people with biltong, you love it. And I love beef jerky. I grew up on this stuff. It was a treat to me when I was a kid. So yeah, and it's easy to make in the oven. And the video I'm doing today really will show that. I'm not even doing sort of the thing in this video where you got to marinate it overnight. This is you got 6 hours, you want to try and make some jerky. Here's how you can make your jerky. Because sometimes that's all you have. And you can get some pretty good jerky there. But, like I always say in those jerky videos, I don't make it for preservation. I don't take it to a super dry state where you're just going to leave it sitting out on the counter for weeks and weeks. I make it because it's going to be eaten within a few days, and I store it in the refrigerator because I don't really want to get it to that super dry state for preservation. It's just not the way we eat it here in my house. Denise Pro, hello from Manitoba, -23. That's a little chilly. Is that -23 Celsius? Wow, where does it converge? I think my friend Russell, if you're still in here, I thought you told me that like Celsius and Fahrenheit converge at some negative temperature, and I can't remember what it was. Jeff, hello from Columbus, Ohio. Not sure if you already answered. How long can you store your homemade lemon pepper seasoning? I would store that in a cool, dry place for maybe 3 weeks because it doesn't have any preservatives in it. And you're drying out that lemon, zest, but really no more than 3 weeks. That's why I only make small batches. I used all of that lemon pepper seasoning that I made in that lemon pepper video for the lemon pepper pork loin. So I don't make it in big batches for preservation. But I'd say a few weeks in a cool, dry place, in a container with a lid on it that seals it would be good. Adam Deegan, I saw Biltong on Amazon. Yeah, that's where I saw it too. I was searching online. I found a couple different places. That's where I saw it too. Lucas Perla, hello. How you doing, Lucas? Good to see you. Mike J, kangaroo would be interesting. I wonder if it would be similar to venison. I'd try it. Yeah, I'd be interested in trying it. If anyone's had, kangaroo, drop it in the chat, like what it tastes like and everything. I've never had it. Char Griller, egregious laws in California. Yeah, I know. But, the food safety stuff sometimes goes a little beyond in many ways. So I'll leave it at that. Jonathan Taylor, is it possible to smoke jerky without the electric smoker? Maybe offset or Weber kettle. I know it's got to be like 175s for hours. Maybe snake method or just very little wooden firebox. Yeah, you can do it. The reason I prefer doing the electric is just temperature control. But if you can control the temperature and your offset, your Weber, anything like that, and just keep it, that 150 to 175-ish range, you can do that. No problem at all. Yeah. And, if it goes a little high, goes a little low, it's not going to ruin anything. You just have to try and adjust it there. Smoke tubes work where you're just burning, sort of the sawdust stuff for the smoke flavor, and you're using that really low heat for the drying. So, yeah. Alpha Z, hi, Rye. How you doing, Alpha Z? Good to see you. Wesley Mitchell, I found kangaroo burgers in the Poconos, and it cooks fast. Okay. Jonathan Taylor, Fuddruckers used to have a kangaroo burger years ago. Not sure if Fuddruckers is a nationwide chain, but they're everywhere in Texas. We used to have a lot of Fuddruckers out here, and I honestly don't think there are any left. And I don't remember a kangaroo burger there. That's interesting. It's been at least 25 years since I've been to a Fuddruckers because it was just fun to say Fuddruckers. Dwayne, the only kangaroo I'm really familiar with was the children's show from decades ago, Captain Kangaroo. I remember Captain Kangaroo. I remember him. John Knapp, Rye, you should give a big shout out for Joe's Barbecue House. He just cooked over 105 pounds of pork on one cook on his customized Weber Smoky Mountain 22. Wow, that's a lot. Yeah, Joe. Joe, you were in here, weren't you? 105 pounds of pork? Man, that's a lot of pork. Good work. Brian Vstrom, -40 convergence. Okay, that's what I thought it was. Yeah, -40, so -40 Celsius and Fahrenheit come together, which is just cold. Cold. Douglas Cox, jerky at acceptable floppy state. JAFS. Yeah, I like mine to not be like snap dry. I like there to be just a little slight ability to bend in it. Raspberry Rock. At some point, it's just really, really cold. Yeah, that's true. Nick Castro. Hey, Nick, how you doing? Hey there, Rye. Greetings from Idaho. Not super cold. About 28 here in Boise, but snowing today. Yeah, it's Northeast is getting a good amount of snow. Places that don't usually get a lot, Portland's getting a good amount of snow. I know because my niece is there at school. My daughter's in Seattle at school, and they're getting snow, and they don't usually get this much at this time. So yeah, so it's a winter this year. Let's see, Dwayne, Celsius and Fahrenheit conversion -40. Yeah. Krill Svensson, I made your lemon pepper today. It was super good. My wife loved it. Awesome. I really love it when people are able to take some of the recipes I put up there and use them and enjoy them. That's great. Kevin Nash, hey Kevin, how you doing? Howdy y'all, just got in from the market making a ragu sauce with shredded chuck roast. Need time and wine for this recipe. Yeah, chuck roast is great for a good ragu sauce. We use shredded chuck for chili, things like that. I just love chuck roast. It's so versatile. Tom's Food Factory, yeah, -40, convergence. Kevin Nash, jerky, you can do an hour smoke and finish 4 or 5 in the oven. Yeah, I'm doing the whole oven today, not doing any smoke. I'm using liquid smoke. Dwayne Lodka, we also have stringent food laws where I live. Yeah, makes making some of those traditional dishes a little harder. Char Griller, don't forget Mr. Green Jeans. Yeah, from Captain Kangaroo. I mean, that was when I was a kid. That was there. Let's see. William Ebert, what's your take on smoked fish? When I do smoked fish, I don't do it for preservation. I do it for hot smoking and just eating it right then. I think I did a video on salmon. Salmon is by far my favorite fish to smoke. I've done trout and stuff before, and I want to do a couple trout videos. I just haven't had time. But yeah, no, I hot smoke fish to be eaten right then, not to be preserved. I'm not comfortable with my own ability to do that because there's a lot of things that can go wrong if you're trying to smoke fish for preservation and you really don't know what you're doing. And honestly, I don't want to kill anybody who eats it. So, yeah. Let's see. Izzy Long, any new stories of yours going to film soon that you can talk about? No, I haven't been really working on film stuff for quite a while. I'm, focusing on books and things like that. It's much easier to do, and I control more of it. I can't tell you the number of scripts I wrote that people paid for, bought for a lot of money, and then they just sit there. So, yeah, it's nice to be paid for that, but honestly, I'm spending more and more of my time doing this YouTube stuff, which brings me to another point here, just so everybody knows. The live streams are going to start being the scheduled ones every other Saturday. So it won't be every Saturday because I've actually got to spend a little more time on channel stuff, sort of behind the scenes and things, because things are just growing so fast and getting busier. But that will give me time for sort of the impromptu, short notice live streams, hopefully outside at the grill now. I've been planning to do it for a while. Everything's set up. I mean, I started talking about it last October, I think. And then the weather turned, we don't get continual rainy seasons here in Southern California, but this year, basically, we've had that. So it's been really hard to drag the equipment out there to the grill or the smoker and set it up without the fear of it raining, which I just can't do. So that will give some opportunities once the weather gets better to, maybe in the week where I'm off a scheduled live stream, to do something unscheduled out at the grill if the weather cooperates. So yeah, so starting this week, it's going to be every other week. So the next live stream, let's see, today is the 9th. So the next live stream will be the 23rd, the next scheduled one. All right, let's see. Dwayne, I've made beef jerky with red wine vinegar, salt, sugar, herbs. It was good. Yeah, jerky is one of those things that very versatile to your seasonings and what you want to put on it. Very, very simple. Let's see. Dwayne Wlodka, cedar plank salmon is quite tasty. Yeah, I've done cedar plank salmon, but the funny thing is I don't get a lot of the extra flavor when I've done it. I mean, it's just one of those things that's neat to do, but I don't get that extra flavor that I know other people get in it. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just not good at it. Jeff, with your Weber kettle, do you mainly just use 2 settings for bottom at 1/3 and wide open? 1/3, 2/3 are wide open, but usually 1/3 are wide open. Yeah, those are the 2 main ones I use. Carla Grimes, Ryan made your Bicornian. It was a holiday hit. That stuff is awesome. That Bicornian is awesome. Yeah. John Knapp, what is the mark to the right of the 1/3 open in your kettle? Is it 1/2? It's 2/3. I have 1/3, 2/3, and then just fully open. And, they're as close as I can get. I, opened the thing, marked it, kind of guesstimated 1/3, 2/3 and stuff. I just wanted more than a half open and half closed. I wanted a couple gradations. In fact, someone joked in one of the comments in the video for that, said, hey, why don't you do like 1/16 and just go, 16 settings. I said, well, I'm going to go for 1/64. So, yeah. Nick Castro, as a kid, I remember watching Captain Kangaroo and also Wonderama. Bob McAllister. I remember watching him. He did he was a magician too. Oh man, Wonderama. I haven't thought about that for a while. I remember that show, man. Great memories. It was in New York based. I remember because I always would have kids come up and say where they were from. They were from Queens and the Bronx and stuff like that. Loved Wonderama. Jonathan Taylor, Knowing was an amazing movie. Oh, cool. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed it. That was a good one. Hey, James, Amy Claiming Smokers, how you doing? Good to see you here. Izzy Long. Let's see. Oh, I answer. Okay. Dwayne, one of my brother-in-laws is a screenplay writer. I've seen his name in TV show credits. Pretty cool. Yeah, it's always nice when you see your name up there and stuff. I've only had it up on screen twice. Once for Knowing, and then once for Mercury Rising, the book, because I wrote the book. Other ones that I've written that have become movies I didn't get credit on because there's just a process they go through to decide who gets credit, and is what it is. Hey, Kevin Nash, thank you, man, for the super chat, the donation to the Meat Fund. Let's bring out some Bat Cow. Yeah.
Bat Cow, thanks you.
Thank you very much, Kevin. I appreciate that. Still working on the final animation to wrap it up there with this. We have the trilogy of things now. We need the quadrilogy to finish it up. But thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. Let's see. Raspberry Rock. Bat Cow. Yep, we got Bat Cow out today. Aim 'em and claim 'em. Cooking for a wedding now, but I wanted to drop in for a bit. Nice. That's cool. Nice. You've done that before. I remember you talking about cooking for people, man. That's for a wedding, the stuff you cook, that'd be killer, man. I remember when my wife and I got married, the first thing we were talking about was like barbecue and having it catered barbecue stuff because we both loved that, but it just got to be too complicated. So we just went the traditional route with a caterer and a hotel thing. But yeah, man, the stuff you do at a wedding, I'd die for that, man. That's awesome. Let's see. John Jewell, have you ever smoked swordfish? I have. One time, came out great. Also, love what you do. It's really helped me out barbecuing, and I've learned a lot. Thank you. Hey, John, I appreciate that. Thank you. I've never smoked swordfish, grilled swordfish quite a bit. Of all sort of the harder fishes, between, say, swordfish, shark, and things like that, so I prefer swordfish. I'm not the biggest shark fan. I've had some good shark, but I just really like swordfish. I think it holds flavor real well. It holds blackening real well if you're doing blackened swordfish, something like that. I really like that. Let's see. Dwayne, be careful where you get your wood from. Many woods can have nasty chemicals in them. Yeah, that's why I'm glad I have a good supplier here. It's where I get mine. Jonathan Taylor, I saw that comment was cracking up notches in the Weber. Yeah. I guess you can go overboard. I figured 1/3 and 2/3 was just sort of in the middle. It would work. Krillis, ever eat smoked eel? It's a Swedish classic. No, I've had eel, I don't know if you have it there. In sushi, it's there's different ones. There's saltwater eel and freshwater eel. I really don't like saltwater eel. I like freshwater eel, which I think it's called unagi for the sushi, I think. I'm pretty sure. Can't remember. But I like that. But I'm not a fan of saltwater eel. In fact, I remember watching a cooking TV show probably 25 years ago and it was somewhere in the UK where a guy took, I guess they're called elvers, which are like baby eels. They were live and they looked like spaghetti, and he was holding and dangling them and dropped them in a pan with he cracked a couple eggs in there and cooked them up in a pan with like runny eggs and ate them. It didn't look appetizing to me. So yeah, no, I've had eel in certain ways, but not like that. Yeah. Let's see. Rye, you thinking about the Slow & Sear XL for the 26? I don't think so. I think if when I get the 26, I'm not going to need it for that, because what I plan for is I just want some extra real estate. Yeah. Let's see. MK Pronk, hey, how you doing? Good to see you here. Moto Ryan, hey, your videos are great. One question, can you fill your Oklahoma Joe Highland full of charcoal and use it for a party to grill burgers and dogs? Yeah, many people do that. I don't do it. I just want to keep that side for sort of the smoking chamber and use the firebox, but absolutely, it's built for that. It actually comes with charcoal grates that you put in the bottom to kind of keep the charcoal off the bottom if you want to. Yeah, you could fry up a lot of burgers, hot dogs, everything in there. And if you're going to use it for smoking after that, then I would just suggest cleaning out the ash that's in there. But yeah, totally. You could put quite a bit on it. Let's see. Dwayne, my friend has parents from Holland. He says eel is popular with the Dutch. Really? Okay. Char griller, cooking for a crowd. That's pressure. Yeah. I mean, I've done the stuff where I've cooked for, groups of people when I was I used to work at the YMCA years ago, and, we'd have big events where people would come and I'd be out at the grill cooking, hundreds of hamburgers and hot dogs and stuff like that. But when you're talking about cooking, things like brisket or pork butt, chicken, things like that, that takes a lot more skill than just burgers, you know, and I've done the burgers, but I don't know that I could do like a big meal for, you know, dozens and dozens and hundreds of people doing brisket and stuff. That takes commitment and a lot of skill. And yeah, I know James has that. He's been doing that for a while. Let's see. Dwayne, swordfish and shark are nice and meaty. Yeah, both are. Nick Castro, I really want to get a Vortex. That's really going to make things easier and more efficient on the Weber. It's really great with chicken. I love using that Vortex for chicken especially. It works for everything else. It works for creating a great heat column, especially if you're using cast iron. So it acts like a burner for the cast iron. And it sears really well, especially in the wide portion up. So you have like a larger area. Yeah, I love that Vortex. I use that more than any accessory I have. Char Griller, swordfish is the king of fish steak. Absolutely. Gregory Hillman, have to go. Have a great week. Gregory, thanks for stopping in, man. You have a great week too. Let's see. Jeff Rye, you were spot on about the Vortex. I think it's more versatile than the Slow and Sear. Yeah, the Slow and Sear, for me, the Slow and Sear does slow awesome. Awesome. I can rock that thing for 7 to 8 hours on one thing of charcoal. Stable temps throughout. Searing, sure, you can sear on it, but you can just sear on a pile of charcoal. The Vortex, to me, because you can move it around, you can invert it, flip it over. There's so many different uses for it. Smoke with it, sear with it, use it as a burner for cast iron cooking. It's just it's great. It's versatile. The price isn't bad. I think it's somewhere between different versions of it, different makers, between 30 and 45, 50 bucks. So I love that thing. Yeah. Kevin Nash, you can use a canister or a shop vac to clean the ash out of smokers and grills. Yep. Jonathan Taylor, that Carolina sauce you use incredibly hard to find. Can you suggest maybe a wider known sauce that's very similar? Because I want to throw it on some pulled pork. Texas sauce is not vinegar based. Are you talking about the Bailey's barbecue sauce? The one I use, Scott Bailey, over at the Real Show Barbecue? I know if you go to his channel and contact him, you can order some from him. That's at least I think you can. But I can't remember the other one. I used I think it was a Heinz one. But Scott's is really one of the best vinegar-based barbecue sauces that I've used. Really good stuff. Nick Castro, I love making paella, and I want to experiment making it on the Weber. I think I'll smoke the chicken first, add that flavor profile. Send photos when you do. Yeah, do send the photos, man. And we'll be getting to viewer photos in just a few minutes. But that's a good way to use that. Smoke the chicken, put it in the paella. Hey, CJ, how you doing? Good to see you here, man. Dwayne, let's see, Raspberry Rock. Are you doing pictures today? I'm doing pictures in just a couple minutes here when I get caught up. Everybody. All right, here we go. We're going to go into viewer photos now. Let me get this set up. We got some great photos from people this week. Let me switch over here. And just as a reminder, as we stare at this first photo here, which is Russell from Raspberry Rock, and I'll get to that in a second. If you have photos you want to send, go to my Cooking with Rye Facebook page. You can see the link on the screen there. You can just type that in. Private message the photo to me with a statement in the message saying you give me permission to use it in the live stream. Or you can go to the About section of my YouTube page on either laptop or desktop, click the view email link and use that and email me the photos with the same thing, giving permission. You got to put, I give you permission to use it in the live stream. All right, so here we go. Now these are some burgers that Russell made a while back. I remember because I watched the video and he did a video on them. So if you go to his channel and he's in here, he's Raspberry Rock Off-Grid Cabin, and you search for beer can burgers on his channel, you'll be able to see the video for these. So these are bacon wrapped beer can burgers stuffed with rib meat. Go check out the video. It's awesome. And those were massive, massive burgers, Russell. But you can see in this photo, those are the burgers. So you take the patty, and I'd never seen this before. You smash like a hole in the middle, fill it with what you want to fill it, and then wrap it with bacon. And then you put those back on there. You can see the rack of ribs on the side too. So really nice, Russell. Good job. All right, let's move on here. Brandon Larson. Brandon, are you in here? I don't know if I've seen you. Brandon was doing some party ribs, it looked like. Covered with sauce in there. I love doing ribs that way. I just really do. They come out so nice. Chris Beaton. Chris, I didn't see if you were in chat yet today, but we got some pork loin, if I remember correctly. Bacon wrapped pork loin. Looking good. Ah, nice. I remember Chris, I think he said in the message that he didn't get the bacon as crisp as he wanted, but I got to tell you, it looks AFS to me, so I'm fine with that. That looks really good. Love doing pork loin. It's just such one of those things. You take it to the right temperature, kind of like a tri-tip, and it's going to be good, good, good. Juicy, tender. Nick Castro, I saw you in here. So yeah, some salmon. Man, what did you sauce that with? Drop it in the chat if you would tell me what you sauced that with, because that looks really good. What sort of glaze is on there? And then Nick sent me a couple photos too that shows what his grilling weather is like right now. It looks a little wintry there, Nick, but yeah, that looks cool. Oh, Robert Barnes. Robert, are you in here? I don't know if I saw you in here. Look at that corned beef. That's looking nice. He's got this going on his 26-inch Weber. You got some nice real estate in there, and I think he's got the extra large slow and sear running here too. Oh, this is nice. He's doing some fillets. Robert, like out there in the snowy weather, man. Just using the kettle. Smoking some fillets. Oh, look at those. Those look good enough to eat right now, man. Nice color. And you can just see in this photo that the vortex, look at how hot that gets. It's such a concentrated column of heat coming out of that thing. Nice with some cauliflower. That'll work. Beautiful, beautiful. Robert, if you're in here, nice work. And of course, Robert's not done. He's got to do some pork butt. Beautiful. Nice color on that. Look at that. Really good looking pork butt. And he stuffed this with garlic. That's right. He had some roasted garlic that he stuffed this with. Really good looking. Yeah. And Robert sent me this photo because he joined Team Torch. For those of you who've watched enough of my videos, you know I love using my propane torch to start the coals a lot of the times. And it's versatile, let me tell you. It works. Oh, then Robert, of course, had to make some ribs. And this, I can't remember, I think he said this was a seasoning he got, I want to say at Costco. Robert, if you're in here and I'm incorrect, tell me that. But I think it was a mesquite seasoning. Maybe I'm wrong, but they look good. Good color there. Good, good color. Doing this on the pellet grill, if I remember correctly. Ooh, look at that pullback. Nice pullback. Nice smoke ring. If you can see that there's a really good smoke penetration. They're really good. Nice, nice, nice. And we are back to the beginning. Let me switch back over here. It's kind of a sort of a short version there because I think everybody's just frozen for the last week or so and getting, barbecuing, and no one's out doing any barbecuing to send pictures. So those of you who sent them, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Send some photos. Love to show those. Let me jump back and chat here real quick. Nick says Vortex will be very effective to heat the paella pan. Yeah, that'd be really good. Jonathan Taylor, that's what I was talking about. Scott, so I'll see if I can contact him. Thanks. Yeah, I think he's got the email link. You can also go to his Facebook page and reach out there. Yeah, it's really good stuff. John Knapp, what's your opinion of snake method for longer cooks? Will coals burn the exterior of the kettle? No, I think they'll be fine. I've used the snake method with no problems. The kettle's meant to be, hot. It'll get hot. Let's see. Brian Veestrom says, nice food, Russ. Absolutely. Yeah, those burgers, Russell, you've cooked some good stuff there at the cabin, but I got to say, those were the ones that made me jealous. I really should try making those because those looked so good. And you and Alicia eating those was amazing to watch. They're just so big. Let's see. Yeah, that food does look fantastic, everybody. Hey, Kevin, thank you very much for the super chat for the donation to the Meat Fund. Let's bring out Bat Cow and his sidekick this time.
Bat Cow thanks you.
Right on, Bat Cow.
Thank you very much, Kevin, for the donation to the Meat Fund. Oh, Pig Robin. Pig Robin. Dwayne says that salmon looks succulent and sublime. All the food looks so good. Yeah, that's why I love doing these, because it's like, oh, this food. I just want to go cook something then. Kevin Nash, snow and freezing here too. Yeah, everything's looking so good out there. Let me get caught up here. Nick Castro, I glazed the salmon with a mixture of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce and P.F. Chang's teriyaki sauce. That's good. That's nice. Let's see. Douglas Davis, my wife and I love watching your videos. Thanks for the great recipes. Hey, thank you, Douglas. I appreciate that. As people, sometimes they said, hey, chef. I'm not a chef. I'm a guy who likes to cook, and it's odd that this is kind of what I ended up doing with YouTube and everything, but it's fun, man. I'm just having a great time, and I'm really glad people enjoy the recipes and things. Yeah. Kevin Nash. Yeah. This polar vortex everybody's doing. I think Russell joked with me the other day. He said, yeah, you should make something with your vortex in the polar vortex. We don't really have the polar vortex here in Southern California. It would be a very wet vortex going right now, but yeah, totally. So let me see. So we're going to start wrapping it up here because I've got to get moving on to the beef jerky video today. I got to get that moving because that's hopefully coming out tomorrow. I got to get it filmed and edited today. But just want to say thank you for everybody for coming by, stopping in. And again, send photos if you have some. If you want them featured in a live stream, go to my Facebook page, send me a message, use the email link on my YouTube page, the About section, and be awesome. I mean, I just love doing this. So everybody, thank you so much. I don't think I missed anything in chat. If I did miss anything in chat, I apologize. So the next live stream will be in 2 weeks on the 23rd, if my math is correct. And hopefully the weather will have broken by then. So after that, can start doing some outdoor live streams at the grill sometimes too. So everybody, thank you so much for stopping in. If you're looking for the replay of this, it's always unlisted. Go to the playlist section of my channel and you can find it under the live stream playlist. And hold on. CJ had to drop a super chat in here. And we got to bring up our final bat cow of the day and bring in our villain, Chicken Joker. Thanks, man. Thanks, CJ. Appreciate the super chat and the donation to the Meat Fund. So we'll bring that up and then we'll head on out of here. Here we go.
Bat cow thanks you.
Right on, Bat Cow.
Oh no, Bat Cow.
You're mine now, piggy.
Thank you very much, CJ. I appreciate it. And everybody, you guys all have a great weekend, a great week, and see you in a couple weeks.